Hey, it's Dr. Turner. And Heidi, this is for you. Request for a video explaining explain yourself, right? Hey, I'm on two different sites. I've got my personal site and I put this story up there and then I put it on my Dr. Tin Man Facebook page. And so I've been answering both of those. A lot of people had a lot of questions and I don't know what I said where anymore. But I wanted to kind of explain the purpose because, I mean, Dr. Tin Man is a site basically about stiff person syndrome, which is what I was diagnosed with in 2018. But I'd had symptoms for years and it was debilitating and it caused me to have to go on disability after finishing medical school, all these things that I've done in my life. It's basically, okay, now you can't move. I can't lift any weight and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't want to accept that diagnosis and I had to start working hard to fix it. And in doing so, I came across the fact that the emotional things that have happened to me in the past have had an effect on me in the future. Imagine that. So I knew this. I was actually taught this in medical school. Mind, body, spirit all come together to help a person be healthier. So if one part's not healthy, then the rest of the body suffers. And so I had to work through that. And in doing so, I came across, oh, I can trace a whole lot of stuff right back to here because it had bad effects afterwards. And I wanted to start by explaining what happened in the past and lead forward, mainly because that's the most dangerous thing that's ever happened to me. Although I did have a knife pulled on me when I was 9. I told him no, everything was fine. I think God looked after me all the time. It's just that I was not looking after myself, and I haven't been looking after myself, and that's how I ended up in this place. So, not to ramble, but the point is, if you're in a bad relationship, if you're getting hurt or things aren't going the way that they should be, and you're unable to stand up for yourself or you're unable to do something about it, then I hope that I can help you and inspire you in some way to get better because that's the thing that put me in a situation where I was a pleaser. I wanted to make everybody happy. I became a shell after that experience. And that shell I didn't know what I wanted. And I just went along with what everybody else wanted. I didn't know what movie I wanted to see. I didn't know what food I wanted to eat. I didn't care. I deferred to everybody else. I have difficulty making those decisions. If somebody else wants something else, it's cool with me. It doesn't even bother me. And maybe it should. But I'd lost so much touch with who I was that the only thing that I knew I wanted to do was help other people. And that, I know what smells I don't like and I know what sounds I don't like, but I didn't know who I was anymore. I'd lost my identity as a person. And it's a really difficult thing to describe, but it starts with figuring out where I lost my identity. And that kind of was, I guess, the final catalyst that pushed it forward. There were things that led up to it, and talk about that as well. And so all of this is about that. Here I am, um, bopping along. I've gotten better than I was 3 years ago. I have some setbacks every once in a while, but I've gone from a cane and then I went from a cane to a rollator to a scooter so that I could get ready in the morning just to sit, just to get simple things done. It was crazy. To dancing and singing and being able to walk at least short distances. And I mean, I still use the scooter in the grocery store. I mean, I put myself through more than I have to. And that was part of it too, learning boundaries to set for myself. And in setting those boundaries, that's when I came across, oh, you know what? I don't set boundaries for how people treat me. because I don't know what I'm supposed to be treated like. So I said, you know what? I need to figure this out and start making those boundaries and start doing something about it and figure out what happened. And I traced it back to that point where I didn't set a boundary because I'd become in the habit. So I'll explain it more later. It takes a long time. I just ask that you like and subscribe, push this forward. I want to empower people to get free of abuse.